So every time I go to a city, I have someone come up to me, and usually multiple people come up to me and say, you know, I need to talk to you about something privately. I have these thoughts sometimes, and I don't know if I really believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then I have these issues with faith. And is Allah going to punish me because I'm having these thoughts, and because I'm having these whispers, and because I'm having these doubts? And the Prophet ﷺ, he puts us at ease by saying to us two things. He says, one, that you could be having a conversation, people could be sitting around talking, and they'd be pondering upon the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and saying, you know, Allah created this, Allah created that. And then one of them would say, فَمَنْ خَلَقَ اللَّهِ? So then who created Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And that's a hadith in Sahih Muslim. And the Prophet ﷺ, he also said in another hadith in Sahih Muslim that a person might be actually contemplating, doing tadabbur and tafakkur, actually reflecting and contemplating on the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and feeling this high point and saying, who created this? And you would say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you're admiring the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But then Shaitan comes to you, the devil comes to you and says, فَمَنْ خَلَقَ اللَّهِ? So then who created Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? The Prophet ﷺ, he says in both of these ahadith that when you start to have that thought, when you start to have those whispers of مَنْ خَلَقَ اللَّهِ, who created Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said, quickly say, آمَنْتُ بِاللَّهِ, I believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By doing that, you do away with the thoughts of Shaitan, by the whispers of Shaitan, and you reaffirm your faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, will Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punish you for the thoughts that you had and those words that were going through your head and things of that sort? Absolutely not. In fact, there's a very beautiful conversation that took place between Abdullah bin Abbas radiallahu anhu and Abdullah bin Amr bin As radiallahu anhu. And Abdullah bin Amr, he asked Ibn Abbas, he said, what is the ayah in the Quran? Essentially, what's your favorite ayah in the Quran? The ayah that is arja ayah, the ayah that gives the most hope to this ummah. And Ibn Abbas said, well, what's yours? And Ibn Amr, he said, قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ لَا تَقْنَطُوا مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ. Say, O my servants who have transgressed against themselves, do not despair from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah forgives all sins. So Ibn Amr is someone, you know, when you look through his life, is someone that was prone to despair and things of that sort. And so this is something that gives him hope, and it gives many people hope, knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive all sins. Ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he responds and he says, as for me, what I see as the ayah which gives the most hope is when Ibrahim alayhi salam said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rabbi alladhi yuhyi wa yumit. O my Lord, who gives life and who gives death. Arini kayfa tuhyi al-mawta. Show me how you give life to the dead. Now realize Ibrahim alayhi salam, you know, the ayah before tells us that Ibrahim alayhi salam was just arguing with Nimrud, saying, Rabbi alladhi yuhyi wa yumit, that it's my Lord who gives life and who gives death. And Nimrud responds and says, Ana uhyi wa umit, I'm the one who gives life and who gives death. And Ibrahim alayhi salam says, فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْتِي بِالشَّمْسِ مِنَ الْمَشْرِقِ فَأْتِي بِهَا مِنَ الْمَغْرِبِ. Well then, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know, brings the sun from the mashriq, He brings the sun from the east, so bring it from the west. فَبُهِتَ الَّذِي كَفَرَ. And so Nimrud was left in absolute, you know, he was absolutely stunned. Why? Because Nimrud's idea of giving life and giving death, he brought someone that he had sentenced to death already, and he said, you're free to go. And then he brought a completely innocent man and he killed him. So he said, I give life and I give death as well. Now Ibrahim alayhi salam just put forth a logical argument that clearly Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives life and gives death in a way that we cannot give life and give death. And he gives this example of how Allah brings the sun from the east, so bring it from the west. In essence, you know, control the sunrise and control the sunset if you really feel like you're in control. But Ibrahim alayhi salam still asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Arini kayfa tuhyi al-mawta. Show me how you give life to the dead. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أَوَلَمْ تُؤْمِنْ? Will you not believe? قَالَ بَلَى وَلَكِنْ لِيَطْمَئِنَّ قَلْبِي. He said, I fully believe, but this would put my heart to rest. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually honored the request of Ibrahim alayhi salam by telling him to take birds and to put them into pieces and put them on different mountains, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would bring them back together. Now Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, why does he say that that ayah is the ayah that gives the most hope, that that ayah is really his favorite ayah? Because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he commented on that ayah by saying, نَحْنُ أَحَقُّ بِالشَّكِّ مِنْ إِبْرَاهِيمِ. We have more right to doubt than Ibrahim alayhi salam. Now, is this hadith of the Messenger ﷺ suggesting that Ibrahim ﷺ had a doubt in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he doubted Allah in any way? No, because Ibrahim said that I believe. But لِيَطْمَئِنَّ قَلْبِي, this would increase my iman, this would increase my faith if you showed me how you do it, O Allah. And so the Prophet ﷺ is telling us, as Ibrahim ﷺ asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that, and Ibrahim ﷺ wanted his heart to be put at ease, we also as human beings at times want to be put at ease. And we have these whispers and we have these doubts. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not punish us for those whispers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not punish us for internal conversations or internal dialogues. The Prophet ﷺ, he said that Allah has forgiven my ummah ما حدثت به أنفسها ما لم تقول أو تعمل به, as long as that person has only spoken to himself, meaning you're having these internal whispers, but you haven't spoken of them or acted upon them. Don't worry, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to punish you. These are whispers clearly from the shaitan to take you away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.